And she said it was so intriguing for her to be outside, just looking at me and observing me. Like, what? I was like, wait a minute. What's happening here? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's so good to have you guys here with me every single week. Happy Friday. It's actually the last Friday in February. The last day in Black History Month. What? Come on. Y'all, can y'all tell me in the comments what y'all did all month to be extra, extra, extra brown, black? You know what I mean? Anyway, I just want to say thank you for joining me every week. If you're new here, welcome. I'm happy to have you. And if you're a part of the DP Beauty family, it's always great to have these chats with you guys. Today's chat is going to be real quick and fast because we're wrapping up Black History Month, and I just wanted to talk around so many amazing Black people out here who does extraordinary things. And you know, we gotta pay our honor and respect to the ones that came before us to pave the way for us, right? So to our ancestors and to all the amazing Black men and women out here doing their thing, I just want to say yes, let's just keep pushing, and it's amazing to be a part of that. And today's chat is going to be around an encounter that I had, because I was just sitting here having a conversation with someone, and I remember along my journey I've had like different people that came into my life that helped me in so many ways. There are times when I just needed someone to give me business information. There are times when I just needed someone to just bounce ideas off. I just needed someone to troubleshoot some challenges that I had, and along my way I found amazing people that have supported me in those ways. But this one story stood out, and I wanted to share it with you guys because I'm still, every time the story comes back to mind, I'm still like, what was that? So let's get into the story. I am the CEO and founder of Donna.Prescott Beauty, okay? Before we were called Donna.Prescott Beauty, we were called Ulta Image Salon. I've been based in the Crown Heights area of Brooklyn for the past 12 years. This year in September, we're gonna be celebrating 13 years in business. Oh my God, 13 years. I'm coming up on close to 15, and I cannot believe it sometimes. But I remember when I first started, okay? In the early stages, there was this situation, I don't know what to call it, but I had this encounter, right? And I was in my salon working as usual, and this older lady, she could have been like a little older than my mama, as old as my grandma, and she came into the salon, and she of course I greeted her, and she was like, hi, I can't remember this lady's name for whatever reason. I just can't remember this lady's name at this point. But she came in and she introduced herself, and she said that she was looking for a salon to be in. So I explained to her, like, yes, I did have chairs available, and this is how, you know, I conduct business, and if she was going to be like aligned with it. All right, so in our conversation, this lady is like, I've been coming to the check cashing, which was close to my old location, for years. So she said, you know, every time that I came, I noticed you in your salon working. And she said it was so intriguing for her to be outside, just looking at me and observing me. Like, what? I was like, wait a minute. What's happening here? You're sitting outside watching me? Why? I never understood that. But for some reason, it didn't creep me out. She's like, based off of what I was seeing, I just felt like, wow, this is going to be an amazing place to be, you know? So we started working together. Mind you, this lady was telling me about the last location that she worked in. It closed down for some reason. It was a story around that, but not like drama or anything. The place closed down, and she was just looking for a place that she could now offer her services. I felt like we spent about 3 months in total together. She said that she was just looking for some place temporary because she's going to be moving out of state to do hair or whatever she does, okay? Anyway, in those 3 months, we had so many amazing conversations. I don't know if that lady was placed in my life at the time that I really needed, and till to this day, I call her my guardian angel in a sense, because listen, I can't remember her name. We've lost contact, and I'm sure it's over 8 or 9 years at this point since our encounter. But I do remember our time together. It was lots of conversations about, you know, how her experience in the hair industry, and doing hair and her clients and whatnot, and just always uplifted me. Yeah, so we spent a lot of time with that. I do remember this one particular hair show that was coming up, and I mentioned it to her, and I told her, you know, it's in New Jersey and I always just drive to the event, so would you like to come along with me? And she was like, yeah, I'm down for it. She and we drove to Jersey, we did the show, you know, I went to my classes and I did my shopping and whatnot. She did the same, and at the end of the day, we met up to go back home. Something weird happened that day. We got lost. On the way back home, which was a 30-something minutes drive, turned out to be like a 4 to 5 hours drive. For some reason, we took the wrong turn, and the GPS was not GPSing, okay? And for some reason, it would reroute us and send us further out, okay? And I ended up spending about 4 to 5 hours on the road, I swear. And this lady slept through the whole entire ordeal. I think at one time she got up because I was like, oh my God, I keep seeing dead animals on the side of the road. And I was telling her like, I'm lost. And she was like, oh, well, that's okay. And then she went back to sleep. It was just so crazy, the encounter. But yes, we did make it back home safely. And I can't remember exactly at what point she left me, but I do remember this crazy encounter. It's not so crazy, but it's just strange. You guys tell me what you think. Yep, so that's pretty much the story. I just felt like it was fitting to say it, you know, during Black History Month, where I felt like I've been supported. Sometimes I feel like, oh my God, like I have all these horrific stories or experiences that I've been through. But then when I really sit down and think, I'm like, wow, I've had some great support along the way. You know, I've had family that showed up for me. I've had friends that showed up for me. I've had strangers that showed up for me. My clients became family, and you know, I've been in some strange places where even stuff like, you know, unable to pay the bills and randomly getting support from, you know, people around me. I just felt it was very fitting to talk about it during this month. So I want to say happy last day of the Black History Month. This is February 2025. So thank you again for joining me for this chat. I know it was very short this week, but you guys, please send me some ideas of things that you would love me to talk through, of my journey and my experiences along the way. I do have like some things in place that I want to talk about, but let me know. More story times, more, you know, business stuff, more tutorials. You know, let me know in the comments. All right, so see you next week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Thank you guys. Bye.